Okay, good.
Okay. Hi everybody, I'm Natalie, and today I'm going to be talking to you about an issue that's been going on in the village of New Bremen, and the council members have been debating about it for a while now. It has a lot to do with the pension plan for when you retire. This is just a graph starting from the age of 55 through 65. You can either retire according to your birthday and your age or your total years of service. And then this column shows what you would draw when you did retire. The problem with the public employees retirement system in the village of New Bremen is that 4 of the employees have retired and then they came back to work for the village, so now they are collecting their retirement money plus getting a paycheck on top of that. The controversy is, should it be fair and should it be allowed? What should be done about it? The village of New Bremen, the mayor, Jeff Pape, and it consists of his 6 council members. The goal for the mayor and the 6 council members is to they just basically want to come to a solution for the problem, whether they should eliminate, the person being rehired altogether, or come to an agreement of what can be done to fix it. The New Bremen, Diane Gass is the FECAL officer, and she does the accounting, the bookwork, the benefits for when you retire and stuff like that, and legal matters. And according to her, an employee can retire and draw full pension and benefits after 33 years of service, and it used to be 30 years. There are, like I said, 4 employees right now that have retired and came back to work, and they are drawing all of their money and getting their paycheck on top of that. The New Bremen council members, according to Craig Meyer, 3 of the 4 retirees are now supervisors. So they either were supervisors to begin with and came back at that position, or they came back, worked, and they worked their way back up. When these people retired, they're either 48, 49, or 50, but they came working for the village straight out of high school, so they had their years in to retire already. Craig feels that if these men all stayed until they are 65 and retired, what would happen to the village, because it wouldn't give the younger people coming in the chance to build their way up the chain. That's just basically, they wouldn't get to move up in rank, and Craig feels that all the younger people coming in, they'll come in to New Bremen just to get the experience and the training and then go elsewhere, knowing that they'll get to move up eventually in the chain. In June of 2008, the mayor attended a conference in Dublin that was mayors from all over Ohio. And he came to realize that this is a major topic in most counties around the area. And 60% of the counties do not let their employees come back to work again and get a paycheck and draw that pension on top of it. So far, New Bremen has rehired everyone who has applied to come back. Robert Moeller, he was the electric superintendent, and he was one of the gentlemen who retired and decided that he would want to come back to work. Well, in Bob's case, he stepped down to lineman, which now he's just maintaining the power lines, and that was actually 3 spots from being the superintendent. Bob also feels that if they're going to come back after they've retired, that there needs to be a length of how long they can work, and he said 5 years. The village attorney is Stephen Smith, and he actually went to a law firm and approached them with this issue of seeing how they could handle it, and he wanted to make sure that they wouldn't get into any legal issues if they did make up a policy. And the legal firm said, as long as you rehire them and don't discriminate against them, against their age, race, or gender, then there's nothing wrong with coming up with a policy to maintain this. So what are the answers to this debate that every community seems to face? only rehire people who are going to benefit the village in some way. If the rehired person has experience or special training to benefit the younger employees, to help them gain more experience so they can step higher up in the chain. Another solution would be to limit it, like Bob said, for 5 years. It could go higher or lower. And another solution would be they must step down and pay cut at least 3 spots because they're going to be getting that paycheck plus their money from retiring already. The conclusion that I thought would be the best is less pay, and it needs to be for only 5 years. And then this is the 2008 wage scale study. I have New Bremen, Minster, New Knoxville, and this one in Versailles. And the assistant superintendent of electric is the one in between where Bob is at right now, and it just varies and shows you the difference in their pay. Like New Knoxville, they don't even have an assistant superintendent in their spot. So I just feel that there needs to be a policy because you're drawing out, all this money and paying out to them, and if you don't set a policy or set some guidelines, it's just going to continue to be a problem, and everyone's going to think that they can come back and make a lot more, and no one else will get experience.